You ask why.
Why?
To stand where few have stood
before.
To experience culture so rich in simplicity.
You feel complete.
To live every
second of every day.
To see and learn.
To never say
I can't.
Ultimately, to be a part of this world
And everything in it.
We are Nomads.
This episode of Nomads follows the masters of mountain bike filmmaking, Freeride Entertainment, as they travel across British Columbia and join forces with the world's top riders during the final days of shooting for their newest film, Unchained. Along the way, they'll rub shoulders with the best riders on the planet, their cameras capturing their best moments, and of course their worst. Over the next 2 weeks, Freeride will visit a half dozen locations with a host of athletes in pursuit of the magic moments that will make the cut to become part of the season's most anticipated mountain bike film.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Whistler, British Columbia. The site of Crankworks 2005 Slope-style expression session. The story will unfold and a new chapter being turned in the world of two-wheeled freedom. Let's make some noise for our slope-style champions!
Freeride Entertainment, New World Disorder 6, 4-pack.
I'm Alex Fosfett. I'm the Director of Photography at Freeride Entertainment. Freeride Entertainment is based out of Nelson, British Columbia. This year we're working on our 6th film at Freeride Entertainment. This film is called Unchained. Derek Westerlin is the executive producer, owner, operator. He is the man behind Freeride Entertainment. When I first met Derek, he was working out of his home, and we sat around and talking about, making mountain bike movies and, what we're gonna do different to separate us from the rest of the competition. My job is basically to oversee the look of the film, make sure the look is consistent throughout. So I'm also the head cameraman. Focus plus iris plus framing is magic. One of my jobs as director of photography is to go through all the film, go through the shots, color correct it, make sure everything's looking good, make sure everything's looking nice and crispy. Send the footage off back to the office, gets edited, and hopefully it all works out. Crankworks is where Nomads began. It's one of the bigger events. All of our athletes were there. We grabbed Aaron Chase, Kyle Strait, and Paul Basagosha and went up to Kamloops. Kamloops has a huge freeride community, huge mountain bike community in general. I mean, everybody rides a bike there. It really is, in a lot of ways, the epicenter of freeride mountain biking. As a Freeride Entertainment cameraman, you do a lot of driving. BC is a big place, so you're driving, minimum 4 hours at a time. Yeah, it's always an adventure in BC driving around. It's always an adventure out here.
Good though. I'd rather work in this weather than hot.
Weather's a little intermittent today, but I'm gonna go out and do some digging with the Bobcat, try and build up some jumps, get ready for when the light comes out and have a good session.
The stage is set for Freeride, as day one brings our film crew to the Kamloops Bike Ranch. Joined by two of the world's best, street-style maestro Aaron Chase and two-time Crankworks champion Paul Basagodia. Today's session will undoubtedly take the sport to a whole new level.
First stop on the road was Kamloops, BC, and we hit up the bicycle park there. Kamloops has got great dirt. It's the easiest dirt to build in. It's all clay. There's no rocks. There's nothing. You just put the shovel in and you can just sculpt away. It gets a little dry there, so you do have to worry a bit about dust, and we call it Kamloops moon dust. We had a little bit of that there. But the Kamloops Bike Park is pretty cool. They've done a really good job. You know, some downhill trails and some wall rides. And the city was real cool, and they let us take a Bobcat out there and actually build our own wall hits and things like that, and our own jumps. They're psyched. They want to have us filming out there. They want to have Kyle Straight and Aaron Chase and Paul Bass riding there. They're psyched on it.
Here I come. All right. My name is Aaron Chase, and I'm a professional mountain bike free rider from Vernon, New Jersey, 26 years old. I've been in it now for 8 years, racing and riding, doing tricks. The past 2.5 years I've been purely dedicated to filming and free riding. It's like the most rewarding part about mountain biking is, for me, is the free ride scene.
My name is Paul Basagodia. I'm from Minden, Nevada. I'm 18 years old, and I'm a professional bike rider. Stepped in the scene last year, and I won a Crankworks last year, and after the Crankworks, it was like, God, my life pretty much changed. You know, my life today is pretty much, you know, always on the road, just traveling over places, going overseas, you know, just doing comps every weekend or so. That's the life, man.
Here we are at the Kamloops Bike Park. This is a wall ride that Paul Bass and Aaron Chase are gonna hit. Primarily, got to make everything perfect for these guys. They're all pros. You know, they want it to be good. You know, you got to make the lip perfect. You want to get your trajectory right. You want to shave down, you know, a little bit of stuff off the wall. So landings are important. Landing's probably more important than the takeoff, really. If you got a bunk landing, all of your force is coming down on that, and that's where everything is critical.
It's way different, you know, like it's not your all cement, smooth, you know, gravel stuff. It's, you know, just sandy, sagebrush all over the place. But that's what makes it natural, so it's so cool. We just built the wall ride. It took us about a day and a half to get this dialed. Pretty dusty, but it looks like it's gonna be a good day.
The more you're involved with an obstacle, the easier it is for you. If you build it, it's gonna be 10 times easier for you to ride it. You need to try to ride up it pretty straight. So the way everything's cut in, it's a little off. It's not straight, so I just want to see if it's gonna even work. It's very experimental at this point. What I want to do and what I'm doing are two totally different things. I screwed that one up a little bit. Let's try it again.
Ready to go? All right, let's do it.
Three epic shots.
I just follow this guy around. Stand next to him. Guaranteed good shots.
Too many.
My name is Blake Jorgensen, and I am a action sports photographer. This time of year is pretty much the mountain bike time of year. I shoot lots of mountain biking, and mostly on film shoots for the New World Disorder. Freeride is pretty much who I spend all my time with. It's super fun to travel around and shoot all this action and have fun on the road. I shoot the sports that I shoot because I like to participate in those sports. That's my biggest pump is just seeing the action, documenting the action, try to make it look as cool as it possibly can, if not even better than it really was.
that obstacle a lot went down. I did a good downside foot plant, wall road to opposite 270 out. That's always a fun one because you get to, wall ride and then spin out. If I was going for a wall ride to downside whip, and what the downside whip means is he's kicking it the opposite way as he's wall riding. It's less of a rotation for the bike, but it's harder to get there.
I'll get that. You got it, dude. Your bike came around. Well, I'll just try to do my first attempt with the wall ride tail whip. As you can see, I crashed, but I'll stick it. I got faith in myself. The landing's very soft, and thank God, because right now I'll be pretty hurt, I think. Oh! Oh!
Where am I? I mean, that's my teeth or anything. What I wanted to get, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to get it, was the wall ride to 450 out, which is, it's over a 360. So what you're doing is you're riding to the right and turning to the right. And it's really hard to get that snap, get away from the wall, spin it all the way around, stomp your landing through the powder.
What's up, home? See, when I'm thinking about doing this jump, I just mainly think about sticking on the wall and getting the pop off. Right when you pop off, that's when you want to do your trick. So that's mainly the mostly thing I'm thinking about doing this. Slipped off, almost had it, but let's give her another run. Oh my God!
Well, let's say you don't land your trick and you're just sitting in the dust pile waiting for the dust to clear. Just close your eyes and you'll rewind for a second, play back, what went wrong. You usually know instantly, but probably by the second you hit the ground, you're like, what an idiot, okay. Cool it out, get mellow again. Hike right back up as fast as you can, and then charge her back up and usually fire it out. Everything takes a few tries. If you do it first try, it's usually not that good. Sick. There, huh? Oh yeah. He was there on the last one for sure. That was ridiculous.
Look to your left.
Dude, you have it.
You got it.
Yeah. Yeah! Dude, that was sick. How fucking sick. When I finally did, it was just great to get that one done and over with. It was super fun. I wish I could have done it 10 more times. But I kind of called it after that. Just in time to watch Paul Bass come up and kick around his downside tail whip.
Yeah, Paul, you're next, dog. Stop.
Yeah! Dude, that was sick. Hit this. Okay.
Doesn't align, Tom.
Out of control.
Cool. Tricks to do off my lip.
Sometimes there's shots that I'll look back on, and I don't even remember shooting that, but it happened, something happened, you know, that went to the film, and it was, you know, a magic moment. Sometimes it's the small surprises that, you know, really stoke you. Sometimes the things that you thought were the most epic are just okay. For me to get the shot, sometimes it means rigging the cable cam for one shot all day, you know, and just dealing with trying to actually just get to the location. You know, we're four-wheel driving, we're hiking. I mean, it's not like you just drive up in your car with your latte and, you know, throw the camera out the car or anything like that. It's, you know, it takes work.
Knowing how to get the shots is more important than knowing how to take the shots. And you know, I think Axel is really a guy that knows that, and I think he knows that I know that. So, you know, when the stars align, things happen pretty efficiently. You gain more and more production experience, and you learn how to obtain these shots better and more efficiently. And you know, there's certain people that you know, you gain that experience with, and you know, when you work together, things just happen really efficiently, and that's really the most important ingredients in getting all these shots. You know, when I'm working with somebody, I try to concentrate on just working with that individual and try to make that particular person look as good as they can, you know, regardless of what, you know, what kind of stuff they want to do, or, you know, I just try to analyze them and try to talk them through what's going to make them look best. And for the most part, they listen, and it all works out pretty good.
The riders have changed, but our location stays the same as Freeride Entertainment embarks on day 3 in Kamloops, British Columbia. Kyle Strait is the sport of mountain biking Superman. At only 18 years of age, Kyle dominates the sport with unmatched creativity, strength, and poise.
I'm Kyle Strait. I'm from Redlands, California. I'm 18 years old, and I've been riding mountain bikes since I was probably 10.
Cal Straight's the wonder kid. He's been mountain biking since he was about 10 years old. And he's been competing since he was 12. He's got great style. He always throws down. He doesn't really fall that much. He's always on his bike. He's good about that. Races the World Cup as well. He can do anything. He can hang with anybody on a bike and usually dominate as well. So he's solid. I like filming with Kyle.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the essence of Freeride, is trail riding. What we did today was kind of like a high cross with street riding, sort of urban style. And this is downhill, and then this is about going fast and smooth and flowing, and foreground makes things look faster and get a lot more like body motion and things that are happening. I like to think of it as speed elements.
after this part, I was like, ooh, got all scared.
You ready? Yep. And 3, 2, 1. Never.
Right now I'm doing a POV, which is, you know, I just ride down the trail, and it shows you exactly what I see when I'm riding.
This is a Gazelle. It's a 16mm camera, it's a film camera. It means gun sight aerial photography. Any of the old military videos that you see, where they're shooting down the enemy, you see the bullets going through and stuff. Well, that's from one of these cameras. When the pilot pulled the trigger, it triggered the camera. It's crazy. We're here just to shoot for, you know, like the New World Disorder video. Like, we come out here and, you know, have to get the shots done and everything, and hopefully we get the right angles, the right everything to, you know, get the right shots for the movie. You're gonna come out here and you're gonna do stuff that elevates the sport, and you're gonna do stuff that you've never done sometimes, and like, you don't always get it first time, you know. So like, most of the time, if you don't get it first time, you're taking it. Like, you're just going down super hard in the dirt and just taking dirt naps and just pretty much going down all the time. To be able to do like the certain things we do, like you have to have this certain kind of jump, or you have to have a certain kind of training, or else it doesn't work. You'll crash, and you just have to kind of make it so it works.
Today, Kyle Strait was making this pretty good sized double, and first time he jumped it, he kind of overshot it, and the landing was too soft, and before you know it, the bike just flipped out. And he did about 3 cartwheels and ended up knocking himself out. It was really nasty.
He didn't tell anybody he was doing it or anything. He just starts up on the hill, pedals in, pops it just a little bit. Everything looked cleared for takeoff, you know. He just comes in for a landing, and the landing just grabs his wheel. And when that happens, you're done, you know, and he just got laid out, knocked out. He was snoring a little bit when we came up to him. It's always like a scary moment to see a rider, you know, hurt like that, and a friend, but you know, he's a big guy, he's a tough guy. He took it, got right back up, you know, after a few minutes. He'll be totally fine and bounce back up. He's a strong guy, and you know, he'll take it. He likes it. This kid Alex from Kamloops, he comes out here with his buddies, and they're all just cheering us on the whole time, asking a million questions, and he's like, man, the backflip looks so awesome. I tried it once. I'd love to do it sometime. I'm like, you know what? I'll be back here tomorrow. Why don't you finish with that lip, and we'll flip it tomorrow. I'll show you how. So he comes back, and we get everything tuned in, and he's psyched for it, but you know he's scared. He comes pedaling it the first time, throws it away off to the side, and I'm like, man, if you pull harder and stick with it, you'll get it. Every time he messed up, I'd put a new song on, so it was like a fresh, clean slate. And he'd come pedaling down the hill twice as hard every time. Yeah, you got it! And he's wadding, flipping over, rocks and dirt flying everywhere. And you know he's just so amped because he sees that end, but he's not there yet.
Coming so close.
Add it. Add that one, dude. He's got blocked out a bit.
Got me ready to go and kept pushing me, so it was good, and finally got it.
Awesome, bro!
Thanks, man. Thanks, dude.
You did a good job. So now build another one, because this one's probably falling apart.
He's got it.
Cole's got it, yeah.
He's got it.
Hey, when you're right here, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Yes! I'm gonna land it, you know? Did you even see anything?
Dude, I saw everything. It was awesome. That was my first ever backflip. worked hard for it. I'd say pretty stoked to do it. Yeah, have everyone cheering. So.
It's cool to watch the first little part of progression. Like, it's just lighting like a little bit of a fire, and now it's just gonna go off in a blaze. So he's pumped.
Day 4, Kamloops. Got some stuff in the can. And we're going to a new zone. Got a new crop of riders coming in. Keeping Paul Bass. Matt Brooks is going to come out as well. We're doing some dirt jumps that are kind of up the valley a little bit.
I'm Brad Stewart. I live in Kamloops, BC, just outside the city, actually, in the sticks. I like to hang out in the bush, build jumps, fly through the air, and that's pretty much who I am. I started last summer building the stuff in my backyard, and as soon as I start one thing, it's like, I walk this spot, I gotta build this here now. As soon as I start there, it's like I go a little, I gotta build this here now. And it just keeps going and going. I just see it and I build it. I've done the gap and you can stop. If you hammer your front down first, you can arch before the wall ride, or you can fit underneath there. You don't actually have to like ride up and pop over. You just kind of like turn on the wall and right on. I figured it was just something different.
It is.
These, yeah, 4 boards I had to kind of call riding it after down building it. Whoa! Usually lay in bed at night figuring out what I'm gonna do and come up here and do it.
Placing a board.
Me and a buddy come out with the hammers, nails, and ladder and just go to it.
We'll definitely be able to clear all these trees. It's not super steep, but we don't really want it to be a fast cable cam because it's a bit of a slow trick or a slow ladder bridge section. So for that we want, you know, just kind of creep along, nice reveal with the ladder and stuff to the landing. At Freeride Entertainment, we've been doing a lot of cable cam work. We were one of the pioneer film companies actually incorporated into the woods and being able to come up with light rigs that we could rig with 2 people and get some really good epic shots. I mean, mountain biking is one of those sports that's sometimes a little easier to get to and get to the trail, but it's a lot harder to shoot. It's not like skiing where there's, you know, you got huge mountains, everywhere you look, it's beautiful. There's a lot more to making mountain biking look good as a cameraman, just as film, and one of the ways that we do it is with our cable camera. Okay, you see where the pulley is, where the rope's going to? Yeah. Okay, well that rope goes back and forth, so you're gonna have to let me go down, and then you're gonna find the end of the rope, put this rope into the G-Mar once I'm all the way up, right? And he can untie from the quad. And the thing is with the rope, if it binds up or anything like that, it automatically like does that, and then my shot gets up. Excuse me, messed up.
Onto the tree and onto that post.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll work.
And then that'll give it a nice flat.
Ooh, she's tight. All right, crank me up. This is the hard part, actually. I don't envy.
Quality is hard.
Like 2 more pulls, Blake, and we're good.
So?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be behind us? Right.
I'm gonna be, like, you guys are gonna go from there through, and I'm gonna actually start when you're like up in there. So I'm gonna be like this.
That was easy.
And then up. All right, Blake, this is gonna be our tester.
Oh, you're alive.
For me, I don't really, not every shot is ideal, so I just try to help out as much as possible so that keep the train moving to get to new shots and new locations and new setups and stuff, so that after the trip, tried to squeeze in as much as possible, and then I'll get as you know, as much stuff that works for me.
A new rider joins the Freeride team as Day 6 in Kamloops, BC unfolds. Jeff Gullovich, the 18-year-old daredevil from Vancouver, British Columbia. Fear is no factor for this guy. Plain and simple. Jeff Gullovich goes big.
My name's Jeff Gullovich. I'm from North Vancouver, BC, and I'm 18 years old.
Jeff Gullovich is a North Shore rider. He's a local from Vancouver, BC. He's really been sort of brought up by some of the older dogs, Dave Watson, Andrew Shandro, Thomas Vanderham. His style is really that shore style. You can tell the guys that he rides with just by his style. Gully's good all-around rider too. You know, he can race, he can throw down, he's got a good bag of tricks, good big mountain rider. He can, you know, he likes to go big, and that's what he's been doing this year. He's been getting a lot of big jumps.
Today we started off with the new Rose Hill Road Gap. It's taller and it's about 5 feet back from the old gap. Kicks you a lot higher and speed's a little harder to make up, but once you get it, it's probably one of the 6 gaps we've done.
Hey, I'm Jeff Gullovich. We're here at the new Rose Hill Road Gap, and we're gonna get some airtime.
Dropping!
Kicks you way up there. It's killer. It was a lot of fun.
Jeff's gonna hit this drop 2 more times, and then that's it. Just want to minimize the risk. You know, the more you do something, the more potential you have for crashing. So get in, get the good shots. That's it. Walk away. Jared Gatska, he's from Kamloops. He's one of the good local Kamloops kids. Jared's first attempt on this, on the Rose Hill Gap, which is what this is called, was interesting. He came up to it real fast. Usually you carry speed with your downhill bike. Hit it too fast, popped too much, and cleared tranny, and luckily he just walked away from that one, because that was a big, big air to flat. Tacoed his wheel, completely destroyed it.
You snap your frame?
Huh?
Did you snap your frame?
No, my wheel.
Goal you've landed where that tree is, that's sometimes, and you ran like 5 feet past it.
Unreal.
Start a day,
He's scared then. Get out of me, man. You're not the only one that's scared.
El Tacos.
El Taco.
It's hard to break the gray wheels, too. Those are the strong ones.
That's what I've heard.
If you're on a DH bike, it would have done the same.
That was retarded, man.
How was that, man?
How was that? Pretty ridiculous. Pretty stupid. What do you do? You're so high up in like way up there. Oh, man. Dude, man, the tranny was like, it was so small.
Oh, shit. Bottoms of your tires were like here when they're supposed to be down there.
Yeah.
I'm glad I shot that. Oh my God.
By golly.
Nice. Ow! That was a nice shot.
Nice one, man.
Right.
Smoothie.
It's a pimp.
Gully's been getting a lot of big jumps. When we were in Kamloops, he wanted to do this jump called the Ord Gap, which is probably one of the top 3 biggest jumps I've ever shot, from filming mountain biking. So it was big.
What I usually do is the night before, I'll tell myself that's a lot bigger than it is. So when you get there, it doesn't look too bad. It's all about the mental preparation. Without that, you're gonna walk into something and just be like, damn. Some of the other guys who've done it before were able to tell me what the run-in was like, but in the air, it's kind of priceless. They can't tell you how that is, so you just gotta take recent experience and use that.
What do you think of this breeze there, Gully?
Oh, perfect chill.
Yeah.
I just want to take a run, feel comfortable, so...
Yeah, I mean, took one from the top, have you?
Yeah.
Check rope, for sure.
When I was walking up the hill, I was just studying the run-in so I can calculate exactly where I want to go, exactly where I'm going to go. That's all that's going through your head when you walk up. When you get to the top, you run that through your head backwards, and then you just picture in your head what it's going to look like when you're going off, and where you want to land, and how do you want to do it.
Your hose. Okay.
Protects your thighs, your knee, and your shin. And this is just to keep it up and look really cool.
Good one.
Well, it's a good-sized drop with a good-sized gap. The run-in is absolute butter. As soon as you come into that thing, you just feel like $1 million, and I bet you'll feel even better when you land it. So, yeah, I'm good to go. As soon as the wind dies, I'm just gonna do one quick run, then hit her. When I'm coming down, you're concentrating on your line all the way up to the lip, and you just tell yourself, let go of the brakes. Because if you hold on, you're not gonna accomplish anything. When you come off a lip, you will know right away if you're gonna land it or not. If you know you're gonna land it, you're stoked. If you're not sure, then you're in trouble. I'm pumped. There's not much more you can say. It's just another thing off your wish list. So all you can do is look forward to the next thing to do. If you get cocky about something like this, what's the point? You just do it because you love it, not because you want to show off.
So now we're going to Kelowna, which is a town in the Okanagan region of British Columbia. It's a 3-hour drive from Kamloops. Got some stuff lined up there. Should be a good shoot. Looking forward to it. Kelowna's a beach town in the summertime. A lot of boating on Okanagan Lake, so we're here above the lake, getting to look down on all the people having fun while we're up here having fun. Hooked up with Dave Watson and Brian McKenna and some of the stuff that he had built out in this old burn. There was a huge forest fire here 3 years ago that destroyed the majority of all trails that were there, which the mountain bike community here in Kelowna had been building for 4 years or 5 years even.
My name is Ryan McKenna. I'm a full-time trail builder here in Kelowna. This was once a trail built by a friend of mine, but when the fires came through, it pretty much took it all down. This was my winter-spring project. It took me about 4 months to do. You got something that big, you really got to line it up right. The goal is actually to push riders pretty much to step it up into the new school and attract some film to here as well for movies. If I can ride it, they can ride it, because I'm not that great of a rider, so that's how I gauge stuff.
Dave Watson, mountain bike legend, brings a style all his own to the sport of freeride. Smooth and fast, Dave Watson goes big and makes it look easy.
My name is Dave Watson. I'm from North Vancouver, BC, 29 years old, and professional freeride mountain biker. You know, I've come from a racing background. I haven't raced for a couple of years now, so I still like to ride things that are fast and flowy, and probably one of the earlier guys to do some of the big gaps out there. So that's still kind of my trademark, is big, fast, flowing gaps, and trying to you know, keep my style of riding what it is, but also add more to it as you know, as the seasons go on.
The Ninja Cam is a fully remote control cable cam. You can, it'll go backwards and forwards, runs about 35 miles an hour top speed. It was built by Mario Catter. I just kind of pushed him along because I didn't want to ride in the flying cam anymore, which is our other completely manual cable cam where you're in a hang gliding harness holding onto the camera and you just basically get let go through the forest, which is cool and it works really well. But the Ninja Cam works really well for the long, you know, we can go 500 feet with this thing, an inch off the ground if we had to. You got it, Mariochi. Cable cam shots are gems, you know. Every cable cam shot we do will get used, will get put in the movie, so why not spend 2 hours getting a really good shot, then spend 2 hours on the side of a trail, you know, getting bits and pieces and stuff, where this is a solid 10-second shot.
New World is the top of the top, right? Like, it's got the best riders, it's got the best filmers, it's got the locations, it's got everything. Building a segment just takes time. You just got to keep looking for stuff, getting it built. It comes down to having people to build for you, traveling, and just shooting all the time. I don't really have like a routine that I go through before I do anything. I don't get in this zen state. I just kind of do a couple run-ins into it and just listen to that last little thing in my head that says, bang, you got it. Like, you can kind of come up to it and you can see, imagine yourself, you know, getting through it. So if that green light clicks, and I just no hesitations go, because at the end of the day, you kind of just got to ride off the end of the thing. That Sky Tower was smooth. It was super smooth. I mean, I haven't done a whole lot of airing onto wood trannies, so that was a bit out of my frame. But you know, like I said before, you just kind of got to ride off the end of it and bang.
Only made Dave Watson do that like 20 times, but I finally got it together. Full shot.
Well, we Just wrapped principal photography for Freeride Entertainment's Unchained. It's been a long 8 months, a lot of hard work, but it was worth it. A lot of good times, a lot of friends, a lot of meeting new people, and lots of adventures.
As Alex's work ends, the next step is just beginning. Freeride's team of editors will spend months retracing the steps of Alex and the other shooters to create a film that will represent the next step in the evolution of freeride mountain biking.
Well, it's day 573, and start over.
I'm gonna put the horns out the window.
These things make me nervous, man.
Been riding non-stop for like 4 weeks. Just can't wait to go home. Just as long as it's even close. If I get there a little bit sooner, I get there a little bit after.
You want the Sombra? This is the bomb stuff. It's good. Look at that pinstripe inside. Pretty cool, man.
Well, my name is Jeff Gulovich. I like long walks on the beach. I like getting airtime.
Johnny, can I have that burrito? I left it in my bag and now it's all moldy. I was wondering why my camera bag stank. We're a television crew that's here documenting them making a film of the mountain bikers.
Okay.
And so then there's
You're
two guys that
filming the filmers?
Yeah, exactly, and the